Alrighty, hi guys. So this is the first time I've done a desktop recording, so forgive me if I mess up a little bit. But I wanted to do this to hopefully make it easy for you guys to do this volunteer project that you guys are doing, checking out the Intermountain Bird Observatory's long-billed curlew transmitters. So just a really brief bit of background. If you don't know already, you can go to IBO's website to learn more about this project. But essentially, we are tracking long-billed curlews from all over the Intermountain West, and we're using satellite transmitters that give us daily locations showing where all of our birds are during the breeding season and where they go during migration and for the wintertime. So, you guys have volunteered to check up on these transmitters and make sure that each of our curlews is doing well each week. And that's important for a few reasons. Sometimes we have curlews die, and especially in Idaho, we've had problems with curlews being shot. So Emmett is an example of one of our birds that was actually shot by somebody out near the town of Middleton. So when this happens and a curlew is shot, the sooner we find out that the curlew was shot, the better. This allows us to go recover their body, and in the case of Emmett, we were able to take him in for x-rays and actually prove that he was shot. So this is an important aspect of curlew conservation, proving that shooting is a problem and hopefully helping us address it and stop people from shooting them. In other cases, we've actually had transmitters fall off. And so Goldie's mate Bora lives near Mount Bora in central Idaho, and his transmitter fell off. We were able to recover it and actually send it in for refurbishment and then attach it to a new curlew the next year. So this saved us a lot of money for these transmitters, and it also gave us important information that Bora wasn't dead, that his transmitter simply fell off because it was worn out. He'd been wearing it for a while. The last thing that can happen is a transmitter can stop working, and so this is important because if we know that a transmitter stops working, we can quickly go out into the field and check and make sure that curlew is indeed alive. And this gives us important information about whether they are alive or dead. So that's the why. As far as you guys volunteering, the things you'll need are a connection to the internet. You'll also need Microsoft Excel or a similar program that can allow you to download and view spreadsheets. And you'll need to know how to use Google Docs. And hopefully this project will only take you a few minutes of a week, and it'll sort of be adjustable depending on how many curlews you sign up to help us check. Alright, so let's get into the curlew checking process. So we'll go over here, and I'll be providing this spreadsheet to you guys that has important information for you. It'll have my contact information as well as Jay Carlisle's contact information. He's the lead on this project and the main person you'll be contacting with if you have any problems with your transmitters. So to start out every week, what you'll do is you'll go to this website called MoveBank, and I've provided a link here. So you'll go ahead and click this link, and the website should open. And hopefully it will open up to this maps page. If your link automatically doesn't go to the maps page, you can simply click this tracking data map, and it will pull up this information. Since you guys don't have an account, I'm not going to log in, so I'm going to show you guys exactly what you guys will see since you guys don't have a MoveBank account. So to find our project, all you're going to do is go to this search box here, and you can simply type in Idaho and click search or hit the enter button. And you'll see that our long-billed curlew project pops up right here. And you can view that map here, make sure you're on the right project, and you'll click this little I button, view details, and you'll say open in studies page. Once you get to the open in studies page, the most important part you'll want to look at is right up here. Underneath the study title, you'll want to click this link that says Animals. And this will show you all the animals that we've ever tracked. So these are all of our long-billed curlews that we've tracked since 2013. Some of these aren't transmitting anymore. Their transmitters are too old. Some of them died. As an example, Emmett here was shot, so he's no longer transmitting. And so this list of names, you'll want to search through and find the curlew that you sign up for. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the sign-up process in a minute. But let's just say that you signed up for Valkyrie. So we'll scroll down here to her, and we'll click on her name. And you'll notice that this window over here on the side is changing. So now I can see that I've signed up for Valkyrie. And this naming scheme, it's showing the first two letters, which are the alpha flag, or the little tag that the curlew is wearing. And those two letters are what you'll see in the field to be able to identify the bird. The next thing here, that's their name. And most of our curlews right now have names. And then the last part of this naming system is their location. So Valkyrie lives on the long-billed curlew ACEC, which is near Middleton and Emmett in Idaho. If your curlew doesn't have a name yet, it'll look like this. So AT here, we just put that transmitter on in 2017, so AT doesn't have a name yet. All right, so you're on your assigned bird. Let's say you're assigned to Valkyrie. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click this download data button up here in the top. And it'll pop up this little dialog box here. Now, if you're checking your curlews every week, you should be able to just say filter by date. And let's go for the last 10 days. That gives you a pretty good amount of time to be able to look at this file. And I like to pick an Excel file. Most folks have Excel. If you don't have an Excel and you have a different program, you might choose CSV instead. So you can click the download button, and I have Google Chrome, so it's going to ask me where I want to save this. It shouldn't matter where you save the file. This is mostly just for your own use, and you can delete the file after you've checked on your bird for the week. But anyway, you can hit save, and once it's done downloading, we will open it up in Excel and go ahead and say enable editing if your Excel file does the same thing that mine does. And you're going to want to scroll all the way down to the column AB here. And to make sure it's the right column, it should say AB, and it should say sensor number 4. The first thing I like to do is select this column and color it. So I'll go up to fill color and choose a nice color that's not going to hurt my eyes. Not like the bright yellow that normally starts out with. So this column, it's a little bit weird. There's no actual hard and fast rule for what this data should look like, but I'll give you some pointers to help you out. What we're looking for in this column is the 2-digit numbers here. And this sensor is essentially sensing the movement of the transmitter during the day. So every time the transmitter wiggles a little bit, the 2-digit number is going to change. So you can see here on Valkyrie's data, it goes from 15, and then the next time it moves, it goes to 27, 29, 45. So this is what we like to see, numbers that are changing, and they should be moving up in value until it loops around and it'll start over. So now we'll see it goes back down after 45, it goes to 13, then 31, 55, then it goes back down to 27 again. So this is an example of why you want to download at least 10 days at a time so that you can see a little bit of a trend in this data. So what you're looking for overall is just a trend. The single-digit numbers you can ignore. These don't really mean anything, but you'll notice that on our curlews we've been tracking a long time, the number is higher. So Valkyrie has a 4, and new curlews that we just started tracking, their number will be lower, so it'll be a 0 or a 1. So I'm going to show you guys an example of some bad data. This is from Bora, so remember